The modern hospital is an ecosystem running at maximum capacity. Treatment protocols evolve by the week, and patients frequently arrive highly informed, carrying their own research into the exam room. The demands placed on healthcare providers to make immediate, accurate decisions are massive. But when an unexpected adverse event occurs, or a physician faces a complex clinical dilemma, they cannot base life or death decisions on promotional marketing materials. They require an objective, unfiltered view of the clinical data. This is the exact gap filled by the Medical Information, or MI, department. MI is a highly specialized branch of medical affairs, operating structurally independent of commercial sales teams. Its sole purpose is providing balanced, scientifically sound product information directly to healthcare professionals and patients. Maintaining that strict separation is the only way to protect the integrity of the data. To act as a true anchor for scientific truth, MI operations must be governed by an uncompromising set of industry best practices. Operating this kind of service requires specific human talent. A true MI team operates entirely distinctly from a general customer service call center. The people answering these inquiries are trained scientific specialists. An MI specialist brings a deep bench of analytical skills to the table. They routinely evaluate complex biomedical literature, decode clinical study designs, and apply the principles of evidence-based medicine to extract the exact data points a physician needs. But technical expertise only gets them halfway there. These specialists must also master advanced communication techniques, specifically highly targeted questioning and active listening. In practice, the initial question a provider asks is rarely the whole story. By listening closely to the specific clinical context, the specialist uncovers the real question behind a vague inquiry. This critical translation step makes the MI specialist the essential first filter for ensuring safe, effective patient care. Scaling that specialized human knowledge requires a secure distribution system. For online resources, the industry relies on a strict provisional quality framework to maintain the integrity of the data. The core rule of this framework is absolute segregation. Medical information must be hosted on a dedicated website, completely separated from any commercial or promotional assets. To maintain this boundary, the framework relies on strict digital gating. Access requires self-authentication or license verification to confirm the user is a healthcare professional with a legitimate clinical need, effectively locking the general public out of highly specialized medical data. Once a provider clears that gate, the environment remains sterile. Best practices demand zero product branding or disguised promotional messaging within the MI space. Brand names are used judiciously and only to help users retrieve relevant clinical documents. The platform also serves as a critical listening post. Clear, highly visible pathways are embedded directly into the interface, allowing providers to seamlessly submit any drug safety or product quality concerns back to the manufacturer. By enforcing these digital boundaries, the MI portal functions exactly as intended, as a secure, objective medical tool, effectively neutralizing any risk of it operating as a covert marketing channel. When MI specialists notice the same clinical questions surfacing repeatedly, they create a standard response document, or SRD, to maintain consistency across the organization. An SRD is a highly structured clinical summary. It provides a balanced, fair assessment of the available data, meticulously scrubbed of any promotional language, ensuring every provider receives the exact same objective facts. This graphic illustrates the strict life cycle of that document. Any SRD containing published clinical data operates on a rigid countdown. Hitting the 1-year mark triggers a mandatory review process. This forced, cyclical updating guarantees the text never stagnates. If new data emerges, the document is updated to reflect the absolute latest scientific evidence. An SRD is a heavily regulated, living medical asset. This continuous maintenance cycle ensures that the information shared remains clinically accurate and identical for every medical professional who requests it. Because MI operates entirely outside the commercial sphere, it cannot use sales figures to prove its value to the broader organization. Instead, it relies on a completely different set of performance metrics. This dashboard visualization shows how incoming data is categorized. Instead of financial tracking, MI measures its operational health through key performance indicators like total query volume, the specific medical topics being requested, and the types of healthcare professionals reaching out. These raw numbers are paired with qualitative customer surveys. This combination reveals the volume of outreach alongside the specific ways that information influences a provider's clinical path. Internal tracking is only part of the equation. Accurate, timely medical information is a legal requirement, crucial for compliance with external mandates, like European pharmacovigilance legislation, ensuring that safety data flows seamlessly to regulators. To maintain these exact standards, companies align with global frameworks built by collaborative organizations like MAPS, MILE, and the UK's PIPA. These groups form the regulatory backbone that keeps the entire pharmaceutical industry accountable. By protecting these best practices, a best-in-class MI department supports its ultimate mandate, providing healthcare professionals with the objective data required for safer, more effective patient care.